And welcome back to Rupy's Break from Reality, where I am in, well, let's just give you some clues. The first clue is musical. Got it? But that's like way over there. I'm on Dealey Plaza. This is Elm Street, not the nightmare Elm Street. Well, for a few people it was a nightmare, but the relevancy is this building here, and in particular that open window. That was formerly the Texas Book Depository here in Dallas, and I'm stood on Dealey Plaza where Kennedy was assassinated, and right there is a yellow mark which I will go to very shortly, and that's where the magic bullet was hit. Now, you may have seen a guy in the background just now. This is Arthur. He's one of the tour guides here. Arthur, say hello.
Hello.
So, Arthur, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and...
Guys, my name is Arthur Johnson. I've been a tour guide down for 27 years. I've been studying the Kennedy assassination for 35 years. I'm a double major from Florida State University. I have a bachelor's degree in history and journalism. And I'm also a 10-year trained sniper by the United States Army. So, yeah, I'm a big nerd when it comes to this. Okay.
And being a sniper, he knows what he's talking about.
Okay.
Now, I've seen JFK lots of times. I've read all about it. But even I didn't realise that the first shot isn't the first shot that most people assume.
Yeah.
It's, not the bin. It's this one, right? And there is a close-up of the picture. And the bullet hit this curb, ricocheted, and went all the way over there and hit, who did it hit?
A spectator with a son by the name of James Teague. He was struck in the right cheekbone with concrete fragments.
Kevin Costner never talked about that. Right, we're going to continue with the tour. Arthur's going to be joining us for a while. This one is going to be a good one.
Ruben, have you ever heard a word called babushka?
Babushka,
Yeah.
as in the Kate Bush song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, babushka is a term of endearment, okay? And it has two meanings. It's Russian for grandmother,
Yeah.
but it's also Polish for baby.
Okay, yeah.
Okay? Now, you had a Russian lady that camcorded everything. She's known to the world as the babushka lady.
Okay.
Okay?
So this is separate to the Zapruder film?
Yeah, it's separate. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Matter of fact, they had the same kind of camcorder,
Right, okay.
which was the very first color camcorder ever made. 8 million was made in 1862 by Bell and Howell.
How awesome.
Okay? Now, Miss Oliver and a 16-year-old, and by the way, the babushka lady's name for future references, her name is Beverly Oliver.
Right, okay.
Now, her and the 16-year-old Caucasian girl stood on just in the center of the grass knoll, okay?
Okay.
She was never found, but her camera was.
Right.
So, when they developed those reels, Ruben, she had got a picture of a gentleman on that side of the grass knoll in a suit with the umbrella.
Oh, let's just do that. So, that part of the grassy knoll, as opposed to this part of the grassy knoll, which is the grassy knoll that most people know of.
Okay? Now,
Oh, unless you happen to be part of the Warren Commission.
right?
Well,
Guys,
let's not go there.
Oh, yeah, we're going to go there, because I'm going to tell you about the one piece. Guys, but anyway, when the motorcade turned off and you on the elm, this gentleman over here, he let his umbrella up 3 times. Okay? He's known to the world as the umbrella man. But guys, that was not a signal. That was actually a second gunman. He was actually CIA, and his umbrella camouflaged his rifle like you should do in Russia.
Oh, actually, and in Bulgaria, there was a very famous assassination with an umbrella.
Yeah, I know.
In London in the early
I
80s.
know.
I remember that one.
Now, guys, this 16-year-old Caucasian girl, who was never identified, keep her in mind because you're going to hear about her again, okay?
Yeah.
But she was the only one to see somebody behind the picket fence in a uniform with a shiny object.
Okay, and the picket fence is just over there, and you can just see a couple of people on it. Oh, behind it.
Okay.
We'll be going there soon.
Now, we're talking about the Warren Commission, okay?
Yeah.
Guys, first off, the Warren Commission was a joke, okay? Now, just for some clarification, Chief Justice Earl Warren was not the chairman of the Warren Commission. Gerald Ford was the chairman.
No.
Yes.
As in the Gerald Ford.
Yeah. former president jail for, yes. Okay? Now, Senator Arlen Specter, the senator of Pennsylvania, who came up with the magic bullet theory.
Yeah.
Guys, first off, I'm going to explain the concept of the magic bullet. It has, there's not a bullet made that trajectorizes like the Warren report, okay?
Yeah.
However, the average bullet, including titanium as well as full metal jacket, upon impact, it mushrooms.
Yes.
Well, between President Kennedy and Texas Governor John Connally, this bullet shattered 7 bones, but it remained pristine.
Yes.
So nobody can determine what kind of alloy it's made out of. That's why it's called the magic bullet.
Right.
Guys, for some clarification, it was a regular bullet, guys. It was pristine because it was never fired. It
Yes.
was planted.
It was just placed on the gurney. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, guys, I'm gonna sing a song for you guys. I'm glad you guys are not here for y'all can't laugh at my singing, okay?
I'll laugh for you.
There's a place where everybody knows your name. Guys, it's a sitcom called Cheers, okay? However, it's not just a sitcom. It's an actual bar. And it's located in Boston, Massachusetts. President Kennedy's also, well, actually, he's from New England, but they clarified it's Boston, Massachusetts, okay? So, guys, later on in the tour, you guys is going to learn the relevancy that Cheers bar played to this assassination. Come on over here.
This is so awesome. My mind is blown already.
Oh, not yet, brother.
And we're not even anywhere near the good stuff. Right.
Okay.
I'll see you in a sec.
Look, it's like it's 8 of us tour guys, right? But it's only 3 of us that's allowed to do what I'm going to do for you, okay? You're going to get the extended version.
Nice.
Okay? All right.
Awesome.
Now, guys, don't forget that 16-year-old girl that was never identified, seeing somebody behind the picket fence in uniform with a shiny object on the chest, okay?
Okay. We're heading towards the grassy knoll, like the famous grassy knoll. It's not very grassy anymore. It's almost as if it's been turned into a memorial or something. But this is one of the coolest things I've ever done. This is awesome. Okay.
Okay, Rupy, you have a job assignment, okay?
Okay.
This is the speech President Kennedy's going to go deliver right here, okay?
Yep.
And read it to yourself. But while you're reading it, Ruben, I'm going to recite it.
Okay.
And your job is to let me know if I miss a word, okay?
Okay.
You ready?
Bring it.
We in this country, in this generation of our destiny rather than choice, the watchmen of the walls of world freedom. We ask, therefore, that we may be worthy of our power and our responsibility, that we may exercise our strength with wisdom and restraint, that we may achieve in our time and for all time the ancient vision of, quote, peace on earth and goodwill towards men, unquote. That must always be our goal, and the righteousness of our cause must always under our strength. For as it was written long ago, quote, except the Lord keep the city, the watchman wicked but in vain, unquote, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Okay?
Perfect.
Guys, this is an excerption, but this is the speech that John Fitzgerald Kennedy was on his way to deliver the Dallas Trade March Center, November 22nd, 1963.
Yep.
Okay? Step right over here. Oh. Okay, guys, if you can look all the way in the distance beyond the parking garage, back there, the great building with all the windows.
Yeah.
That's Parkland Hospital. Now,
Oh.
That's the new one, okay? However, the old one is still there also, but it's scheduled to be demolition spring of 2024. Guys.
So they're going to get rid of the original Parkland Hospital?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Guys, Abraham Zapruder. Guys, he was neither a photographer nor a journalist, okay? He was a Jewish American dressmaker, and he had a dress shop inside the Dowtex building, okay?
Okay.
So, he and his receptionist, I'm going to show you where he and his receptionist, Merlin Sitzman, filmed from, okay? And when I tell you guys, I don't want to get too explicit, too graphic, but when I tell you he captured everything, the mind, the brain splatter, the bloodshed, and the government seized his camera, and it took them 8 years to release him from the archive. They never released him until 1971.
Do you know, but it is, if you've never seen the Zapruder footage, it's one of the most extraordinary pieces of film footage you will ever see. It's grainy to today's standards. Can you imagine in today's environment with iPhone this and Samsung whatever's, everything in 4 HD.
Over here.
But back in the day, it was like proper grainy film.
Guys, just for some enlightenment, Abraham Zapruder, as well as the Babushka lady, had the same kind of camcorder, which was the very first color camcorder ever made. 8mm made in 1962 by Bell and Howell. Okay?
Nice. And we're walking. So the bit where I'm at the moment, and I will take some wide angle shots, is what was formerly the grassy knoll. And what we're about to see is something that you will have heard of on, if you've seen the film JFK, it's the picket fence. I can't tell you how much my mind has been blown. Excuse me. How much my mind has been blown by this.
These are the original Zapruder films.
Ah, right. So, okay, let's do this so that we don't have to cut. Hopefully, you'll be able to get it. All right, hang on. So that is a clip or a shot from the actual Zapruder footage.
Really, what I'm going to show you, when I show you about the Registered Sears bar plate assassin, so you can keep rolling. I'm going to do it on my phone.
Okay.
When I explain to you how to do it, okay?
Awesome.
Okay, come on back here.
This is so cool.
Guys.
It's the picket fence. Oh my God.
Guys. As you can see, this is brand new wood. So, about a month ago, they just restored. They just removed the original fence.
Oh, man, a month ago. I was dicking around in Vegas. Oh man, I could have been here.
Yeah. Now, guys.
Vegas was fun though.
All this was dirt and gravel. Okay. This is property of the Santa Fe Railroad. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Yes. You're thinking about it. I know exactly what you're thinking.
Yeah.
See that white building with the red top?
Yeah. Hang on.
That was the switching tower.
That's that building there.
And the security guard in the tower, his name was Lee Bauer.
Yep.
Mr. Bauer was the first one to hear about boom.
And he remembers seeing like some hobos hanging around over here.
Yes.
I'm a nerd! I am such a nerd!
Watch this. Speaking of those nerds, and speaking of those
Oh, this is so good.
watch this. Okay, guys, before I put it up on my phone, that train track behind Ruben and I, it was here at 63.
Just there.
But it was deactivated for security purposes. Okay?
Right.
Well,
I was on that train. I came on that train track from the airport.
okay. Now, even though it was deactivated, the day President Kennedy was killed, they had 3 boxcars. But each one of these boxcars had a hobo. But each one of these hobos was well groomed with $300 shoes. Okay? One of those hobos was a trained assassin by the CIA.
Right.
But he became a hitman for the mob. He killed the first United States federal judge in the 20th century, Judge John H. Woods Jr. up in San Antonio.
Crikey Moses! San Antonio is where I've just come from.
And then he turns around and kills his wife because his wife was finna rat on him about killing Judge Woods. So when they arrested him for the murder of Judge Woods and his wife, he tried to get an insanity plea, go to the sane asylum by signing confession that he killed President Kennedy. That did not work, guys. He received 2 life sentences, 15 years, Florence, Colorado maximum federal prison, where he died in 2007. Now, we're gonna find out who that hobo was, okay? Hey, boy.
Hey. Everyone knows Arthur. This is so good.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing here. Okay? Go back to the screen. Charles Harrelson on Wikipedia. Okay, Ruby, you sure you're ready for this? No, that's not it.
We are.
Charles Harrelson on Wikipedia.
Charles Harrelson on Wikipedia.
Now, guys, I want you guys to think hard and think of where you heard that last name in Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson.
That was with his dad.
No! No!
What's this? See what says allegation assassination John F. Kennedy? See what
Okay, I'll take a proper screenshot later.
See what it says the murder of Judge Woods?
Yeah.
Watch this. Look what it says children.
Woody Harrelson.
Watch this. Watch Woody. Oh, right there. Okay, there's Woody.
No.
Now watch his dad. And this is Charles, okay?
Yeah.
Looks like Woody with hair.
Oh my giddy gonk, that is spectacular.
No,
It's
but
like
that's nothing.
they're
That's
spitting
nothing.
images.
That's nothing. Watch this. Watch. Let me turn my phone for you and read in advance, okay? Guys, you guys throughout the world, it's going to be mind blown when you find out who Woody Harrelson's mother was, okay? Woody Harrelson's mother.
No. I don't know if you can make that out, but that is Diane Lou
I'm going to show you
Oswald.
how you do it yourself, okay? Now,
How?
guys,
It's incredible.
now look, I'm going to show you guys where the fatal shot come from.
Bring it.
I'm going to show you exactly who the badge man was who actually fired the fatal shot.
Okay.
Not to mention, I'm going to explain the real reason why President Kennedy was killed.
Awesome. This is so awesome. Okay.
Remember the girl seen somebody behind the picket fence in uniform with a shiny object?
Yep.
Remember Mr. Bauer identified the gunman as the badge man?
Yep.
Watch this. Stick between the trees.
Again.
This is where the fatal shot comes from.
Oh,
Which explains the
my
trajectory. Back
God.
and to the left.
Yes.
He was shot in the right temple.
And if you can see, that yellow X is
Yes,
where
sir.
the
Yes, sir.
so X
The fatal
literally
shot.
marks the spot. That is amazing. And so this would have been the sniper's view.
Yeah.
But
Now,
Right.
before you learn why President Kennedy was killed, you're finna learn who the sniper was, who the badge man was.
Fair
Levy
point.
invented of the Dallas Police Department by the name Officer J.D. Tippett. That's who killed President Kennedy.
no,
was
who's
that?
also the guy who killed Oswald.
No, Oswald.
Oh, sorry,
killed him
Oswald killed him
45 minutes later.
at the cinema.
Okay? No, before he went to the cinema.
I thought Tippett went to
No.
find him at the cinema.
That was-
No, he
that
went
was
to the
Officer-
cinema to hide.
That was Officer McDonald. Officer McDonald's the one. Nick McDonald is the arresting officer of Oswald. Okay, now guys, the real reason why President Kennedy was killed, man. Okay, in 1959, Dwight Eisenhower,
Yeah.
during his farewell speech, he warned the world about the military-industrial complex.
Yes.
And President Kennedy was killed actually because him and LBJ was at a conflict of interest because President Kennedy wanted to withdraw from the Vietnam War.
Yes.
LBJ could not afford for that to happen, dude.
No.
Okay? So, President Kennedy had to be eliminated in order for Johnson to take over the presidency to escalate the Vietnam War, which he did do 3 days later, November 25th.
Yeah.
Okay? Guys, a lot of people don't know that before Johnson became the vice president, he was the senator of Texas.
Yes.
And he and President Kennedy literally hated each other.
But it's why Kennedy selected Johnson, because he needed the South.
The Southern votes, especially Texas and Illinois. And what better person than a Texan?
Yeah.
Okay? Now, guys, the last stage you're going to see on this part of the tour, you're going to see Zapruder's dress shop.
Right. Okay.
Okay, come right here.
Okay. So that is the book depository. This is Dealey Plaza, where all of the action occurred. Okay. And just across the street, in that middle window there, that was Abraham Zapruder's dress shop. He literally just popped out. That's amazing. Welcome back. It's day 3 in Dallas. And you know, I've really enjoyed myself. All of it's been, well, virtually all of it has been dominated by the Kennedy assassination. And I've just walked the 3 miles or so from over there where the book depository and Dealey Plaza is. And I've come to South Dallas to see a couple of, actually 4 locations. And the first of them is right here. So, the official narrative: Oswald kills Kennedy, goes home, gets spotted, goes to walk out of his house and is spotted by a police officer, Officer J.D. Tippit. Oswald shoots him here and then goes to the cinema at the Texas Theatre, which is over there. That'll be the next stop. But Officer J.D. Tippit became an integral part of the Kennedy assassination, and according to Arthur, the tour guide, he was actually there. He was the badge man. He may even have been the one to have pulled the actual trigger, or the trigger for the fatal headshot. You know, we're never actually going to know. But I do like a good conspiracy theory, except for the one about going to the moon. We definitely went to the moon. That is not a conspiracy. And here I am, outside the Texas Theatre. This is where Oswald was finally arrested. So he came from having shot Officer Tippit from over there, came into the, well, he actually stopped at a shoe store beforehand, but I'm not entirely sure where that is. Then came here, was recognised by one of the attendants, and was arrested in the theatre. Now apparently, the chairs that he was sitting in are still available to sit in whilst you watch a film. As you can see, they're only showing Oppenheimer. If they were showing Mission Impossible 7, I might actually have gone in, but I've seen Oppenheimer, as you already know. I saw it in Red Deer. Interestingly enough, you know, this trip has, there have been so many sort of little circular coincidences, but Oppenheimer is all about the creation of the nuclear weapons, which Truman was the first to use in 1945. You could argue that Kennedy, the man who was assassinated in this very town, was probably the next closest to using a nuclear weapon. 1963 was a scary, scary time. Anyway, and that's where it happened. And here I am on 214 West Neely Street in Dallas, in the Oak Cliff part of Dallas. And that was the house that Lee Harvey Oswald and his wife Marina and their children used to live in whilst they lived in Dallas. And about a 10-minute walk that way is where Officer Tippit was shot. Pretty freaky stuff, real history in our life, well, maybe not my lifetime, but in some people's lifetimes. Amazing. This is the last stop on our little walking tour. There you go, Science Dead giveaway. Oswald Rooming House Museum. So this is 1026 North Buckley Avenue in Dallas. Still in Oak Cliff. We're about a 10-minute walk from where he used to stay, like, permanently. 10-minute walk the other way to where he shot Tippit. So what's the relevance of this one? Well, you may recall that there, sorry, I need to move everything around because I'm sweating like a proverbial pig. Oh, 100 Fahrenheit, and I've just been wandering around, as you do. Sorry, in new money that's 38. Actually, that's more than 100. Anyway, so there is a very famous picture of Lee Harvey Oswald holding a paper dated that day, allegedly, and the gun that was used to kill President Kennedy, allegedly. The Mannlicher Carcano Mannlicher, Italian sniper's rifle. And so the picture of him holding it, and if I can work out what the copyright issues are, I'll try and put a a copy of that picture on the post. That was taken just there. It's really interesting because about 4 miles or so back that way is Dealey Plaza. Sorry, I need to... Oh. Sweating profusely. Is Dealey Plaza. So everything happened within a very, very sort of small radius, which is really, really interesting. But if you get an opportunity to come to Dallas, I thoroughly recommend it. It's brilliant. Obviously do Dealey Plaza, but if you can stand a walk, or you're driving, or you're happy to pay a cab, it's worth doing these other little bits in Oak Cliff because it's real history, proper history. Can't say further than that.